Booyah, Andy. Man, I just came in from outside, as you know, they don't know, but it is definitely colder now than it was when we first got here a couple hours ago. I mean, it's like, ooh, it's supposed to be what? 10 tonight? 9? 8? 7? 6? Who knows how cold it'll be here tonight. Damn wind this weekend, man, huh? Man, windstorm came just the other day. Blew the house that I lived in away. I'm having so much trouble. So much trouble, I'm about to lose my mind. A little thoroughly good George first thing this Monday morning. Man, Andy, I'm telling you, everybody, I got a shit ton of music. A shit ton. I got vinyl. I got cassettes. I got CDs. And now I'm working on this side project. I'll keep everybody posted when it's prudent. Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Hey! Now I'm putting everything that I know of from CDs, not copying them, I'm getting them from another source. Everything's going into MP3 format. It's been fun, but geez, it's been some work. We're like working hours a day. Hours, I say. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is February 26th. The temperature, as I said, is dropping as we speak. And Andy, did you figure it out? It will be number 9. It will be 9 degrees tonight. And throw it up there. I don't believe you. 59 by Thursday. 59 by... If you don't like the weather in Montana, all you got to do is stick around for 15 minutes to half an hour, especially here on the Rocky Mountain front. It is like crazy. Seeing, we're wearing the Wings jersey today. We're wearing the Wings jersey because football is over. Basketball is meh. We'll do March Madness. Don't we do March Madness every year? And my brackets are usually busted by first round. Do not get into the bracket pool with Pipewrench. He never picks a good bracket. Hockey season is in full swing. Red Wings won again on Saturday night. This is they got a win over St. Louis. Now they're in a 6-1 stretch. They're gunning for the playoffs. Let's go Wings! We're gunning for the playoffs. Yzerman picking up Patrick Kane. Yzerman is now our general manager. He picked up Patrick Kane. It proved to be probably a genius move by Yzerman's part. He took a couple of years when he retired and he went down. He was in the office in the Wings. When he got his 4th cup when he was in the office with the Wings, and then he went to the general manager's job at Tampa Bay Lightning. When he was the GM there in Tampa Bay, he has brought that whole process that he developed in Tampa Bay. He's brought it with him to Detroit. Now, first of all, for people who don't know who Yzerman is, it's Steve Yzerman. He has always been and always will be a Red Wing, not the job in Tampa for a few years, notwithstanding. The Red Wings used their first pick in the draft. In the first round, they had the fourth pick, and they used that in what? It was the 1983 draft. Yzerman, Steve Yzerman, he was from Canada, was picked with the Wings' first pick, number 4, in that draft. He was drafted in '83, and by the '85-86, so it was '85-86 season. But prior to the '86-87 season, number 19 is what he wore. He was named after the captain, and that was also his nickname, of the Detroit Red Wings, shy of just 21 years old. I'm your captain, yeah. But he was named the captain. He would be continuously serve as captain for the next, how many years did he play? 2 decades. He played 22 years. So he was the captain for 2 decades. Okay? 20 years. He retired. Now get this. He retired as the longest serving captain in any team in any North American sports, baseball included, hockey included, for any team in North America. Steve was it. 22 years, the captain, call him the captain, long before Jeter, I believe, that was his nickname, or Stevie Y. His number 19 is retired, hangs from the banners of Little Caesars Arena. I hate that little slogan, corporate. I liked it better when that was the Joe Louis Arena. Joe rocked. Man, it rocked like, man. But anyway, is one of the retired, yes, I won't get into Fedorov, and it should be retired, and a couple others, but it hangs with Del Vecchio and Howe and Sawchuck. Lindstrom will be up in the rafters in Detroit, and Steve was involved. He won 3, was involved in another. 4, total of 4 Stanley Cups in Detroit. The awards from most valuable player to just tons of awards. We could do a whole show on just his awards, Andy. Don't you think? And ladies and gentlemen, Steve, for this next category, the nominees are Steve Yzerman. That's it. He's in the Hockey Hall of Fame, first time around, no-brainer. He's in the Canadian, like I said, he's a Canadian. He was from Canada. I don't know if he's a Canadian citizen, but that's where he went to college. That's where he was drafted from, is out of Canada. When the Olympics came around, it was really weird because when the Olympics came around, the Wings would go everywhere. Yzerman would go to Canada. Lindstrom would go to Sweden with Holmstrom. Shanahan would play in for the Americans. It's like, holy man. Hasek went to Germany. It's like they all went to their, not to mention the Russian Five, which we will. We just did. Some have said that he is, the statistics prove it, that he is one of the greatest. He has definitely made the Sports Illustrated, sports writers, whoever. We're the sports writers, and we think that Steve Yzerman is in the top 100 hockey players of all time. Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I agree with that. I think that Steve Yzerman is probably in the top 50 of all time, maybe even the top 30. I'd have to sit down and look at the list of hockey players. He's in elite clubs and goals, assists. Well, he's the third all-time in assists. So, yeah, he's also... it was no secret when Steve Yzerman retired. He took a small job for the Wings, but he always wanted to lead the Red Wings. But when he retired, he took the job with the Tampa Bay Lightning for their general manager. He went from, he started in the offices of Detroit in minor management, like player personnel and things like that. And when the general manager position opened in Tampa Bay, he took it. What? And he didn't want to start his management career in Detroit. He was fine with the small job, but he didn't want. Can you imagine? Can you say Isaiah Thomas for starters? For second of all, the pressure for him to succeed would have been tremendous. It would have been if he had to leave. He had to leave and go to Tampa to learn it. He has a very smart brain in hockey. Everybody has always said that, even when he was a player. So when he went to Tampa Bay, it was to hone his skills, learn the ropes, and do it with no pressure. The pressure to succeed in Tampa was a lot less than it would have been in Detroit with a 22-year-old captain who wore the wheeled wing. So, what is interesting is that it was like, Andy, it's like he knew that he would have to learn the ropes before he came home. Right. He had to learn how to lose. He had to learn how to make mistakes. And the Detroit fans, when he came just a few years ago, we were like, oh, yeah, the Yzerman's back, We're going to be the Cup tomorrow. He's doing a hell of a job rebuilding and doing what he does. But I know, it was interesting. Andy was just talking about the family, how the family supports him, how the community, the community supports him, because the Yzerman family had always been, it's like this Matt Stafford, who played quarterback for the Lions. Him and his wife, I believe it's Kelly, still do a lot of things and charities for Detroit because that's where they raised their kids. Okay, the same with Steve Yzerman. So when he took the job in Tampa and moved the family down there and everything to take that general manager's job, interesting enough, they never sold the home. In this, I believe it's in, where is it? And look it up. Where is Steve Yzerman's home? Bloomfield Hills, Kego Harbor, Orchard Lake area, somewhere in there. Okay. He didn't sell the family home. Now, I've been born and raised in Detroit. It's not the ideal location for a summer home. Okay, so Yzerman family did not sell the home for a reason. That reason was Steve, his family, all the hockey fans, all of us that are diehard Wings fans, we knew deep down that the captain would be back, Andy. We knew, and we were right. We when he went to Tampa, we were all like, oh no, he went to Tampa Bay Lightning. And then he was kicking butt. We were like, holy mackerel. We don't want to pay. And then Tampa was winning Stanley Cups. And Steve was building a reputation. We were like, damn. Sure wish he'd come back to Detroit. And lo and behold, guess who's back? The captain. The captain is back. I'm your captain, yeah. I'm your captain, yeah. I know, it's bad, but he's back. Back in red. Not even close. All right. He is, so he's making good choices. Red Wings are playoff bound. He's doing what he did in Tampa, hence the jersey. It's hockey season. It's not basketball season for me. It's not football season any longer. Let's go blue. We're still celebrating the win. We're not going to quit celebrating that. I know. This year, the month of March. I'm going to leap right into this, okay? Going to leap right in. Bad. The month of March does not start on Thursday. Instead, it is starting on Friday. Friday's that way. That's because 2024 is a leap year. So a very happy birthday, for starters, to all the leapalings out there. They're called leaplings? Leaplings. They're only, Andy, is that correct? They're leapalings? Leaplings. Happy birthday to the leaplings out there. They're called leaplings, and there are only about 5 million people in the whole freaking world who are actually born on February 29th. For you gamblers out there, okay, being born on a leap year, February 29th, is about 1,500 to 1. So for those in the pools, for the February pregnancy, leap year is this way. No, leap year. Friday is this year, leap year is this way. 15 to 1, 1,500 to 1, 1,500 to 1. So I was going to say that, but why the heck do we even have a leap year? I mean, that's the first thing. I'm like, what? 28 days later, 29 days, 28, 29, 28, 28, why do we have a leap year? Okay? Well, to put it in a nutshell, oh, look at me. I'm in a tiny little nutshell. Sorry. No, our day calendar, okay, our day calendar is 365 days a year. And that's based on the revolving around the sun. There's the lighting. We're going to revolve. The lighting's over here, so we're revolving around the lighting, the sun. But it actually takes 365.23 for 2 days. So, we gain time. Right? Yeah, we gain time. So the solution was, no, we lose time. We gain, lose. Do I look like a science guy? I'm Mr. Science. Actually, so we added another day into the year every February of 4 years because we had extra days in February to add. We couldn't add a day in like 30 days. November, December had 31, added 32. No, it wouldn't work. So then we actually added, an extra day in February. So, I don't know who actually came up with this kind of crap. Anyway, well, of course it was the Romans, right? Okay. The Roman Empire and all that. La-di-da, la-di-da. Let's invent a calendar. And we'll do it over brunch. The Roman Empire and Julius Caesar, of all people, they had all sorts of problems for starters. They're trying to adjust their lunar calendar, which was based on the sun and what the sun and the moon is doing. And that shift, they were adding months, right, Andy? They're month, days, weeks, months. Yeah, let's just tack on another month. We'll call it September. Okay? Add another month. I mean, wait a minute. And even to make problems worse, in the Roman Empire, they weren't even on the same calendar. They weren't. They're like people over here, and it's February. Over there, it's like June. They're like, la-di-da. We'll just celebrate whatever, whenever we want it. So Caesar, hail Caesar. So Caesar introduced his Julius, see Julian, conceited much, calendar in 46 BC. And it was purely counted the year as 365.25 days and added every day, every 4 years later. But it had problems too, and it was the Julian calendar. It was used by everybody, pretty much, by the whole Western world, for thousands, hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands. Okay, 100 years, hundreds of years would fit, thousands of years would fit, but not hundreds of thousands does not fit. So the problem was it wasn't precise. We all know that the math was slightly off, and there was a drift. Okay, enter the Pope. Yeah, religion had a hand in this. Enter the Pope Gregory the 13th, whom developed the Gregorian calendar in the late 16th century, and it remains in use to this day. Okay? Why did the Pope step in? Why did the Pope step in? And he's like, what the heck? Why did the Pope step in? The Pope stepped in because the drift was causing a shift. Easter was coming later into the spring because they were doing it. Julius was like, yeah, well, we'll do this. It was causing Easter to come later into the spring and bump up into the pagan festivals, according to the Pope at the time. And we can't have pagan rituals bumping into other pagan rituals. Now, can we? So, bring in the guy with the big crown on his head. The guy with a big crown on his head. To change things up, okay? 28 days later. Or is it 29 days later? Is it like that like killer zombie? It's like 28 days later. It's 29. We got a day. What day? What happened now? What's going on? What's going to happen this Thursday when it's 29 days later? I just don't know. I don't know what to think. So we had the pagan rituals in the spring, bumping up with drinking the blood of the dead Savior ritual in the spring, which is Easter, raised from the dead. And now we have a big problem. The Pope steps in, the guy with the big crown. We're going to move this, move that, moves everything around. I have my own calendar. Bet you didn't know that the Pope invented the calendar that we are all looking. Andy, thank you for the calendar. And he's got a little message that says, the Pope did this. So, anyway, leapers, we're back to the leapers. They only get to celebrate their birthday every once in 4 years. It's a nightmare for their birthdays. For others, it's just a nightmare. Happy birthday to Diana Shore, Tony Roberts, and Ja Rule. All are born on February 29th and get to spend their birthday with a birthday cake like the rest of us. Mine's on January 2nd, so we just got done with Christmas. And then my birthday. I was a kid. We just got done. Mom, Dad, it's my birthday. Shut up. You just had Christmas. That's my big birthday. So I was like a week after Christmas. I want presents and cake. You had presents. You had cake. Yes, being born on January 2nd is kind of problem with that, but it's nothing like being born on January 21. You only get, what are you going to do, celebrate your birthday every year? How? It's like the 28th of February. It's not your birthday. Now it's March 1st. It's not your birthday. Well, I was born on the 29th, so somewhere, yeah, every 4 years you get your birthday. You like it? Shut up. I know. I don't have anything to think about. Also, legend has it, and this is Western European legends, and the churches, the Pope and that all, is that February 29th is sort of like a reverse kind of like day. It's kind of like a Sadie Hawkins day for the women, and so in times of yore, women would propose or make their feelings known on February 29th. Only get to do that. Only get to do that once every 4 years. That's it. They can only be doing that. What? It's 28 days later. Oh my freaking God! So, with that European tradition out there, ladies, the 29th is the time to let your feelings known. Didn't they used to dance around the maypole? Oh, look at us, we're dancing around. Then play in the back. You know, yeah. So you can let your feelings known. Go out, celebrate Tony Robinson's birthday and Ja Rule's, and go propose to some guy. You know, it only happens once in 4 years, once in a blue moon, you know. Yeah. So, What? That was so bad. Andy's like telling me, we gotta leave. He's like really, you can't hear. We gotta leap out of here. We gotta get leaping out of here, he's telling me. I don't think we do. I think we have a whole extra day that we could broadcast just as long as we want because it's a leap year. And if I want to sit here for the next, till Thursday, I don't have to go anywhere. I could just say, look, we're going to talk about the Red Wings, we're going to talk about leap year, we're going to talk about the Pope, we're going to sing songs and collect music, and that's what we're going to have. And I'm at not liberty to say why I'm collecting music. Leap out of here, he says. He's telling me to leap out of here again. So I guess we will. You got an extra month of February, so maybe your bills are worth it. I always hated February. You know, you pay rent for 31 or 30 days, and then February comes around. Oh, you got to pay rent for 28 days. That's it? 4 weeks. What about the other 2 or 3 days? No. What do you mean it doesn't have 3 days? 29, 30, 31. Why should I be paying for 28 days when I live there, you know? I know, I'm off topic. I always get off topic. And he's like, leap, leap, leap. So we got to leap out of here, everybody. Remember, spay and neuter. Adopt, don't shop. Please, come on, foster, rescue, volunteer, donate, go down to shelters, see if anybody needs any help, volunteer to walk, sing to the dogs, whatever. But most importantly, adopt a shelter pet today. Until next Monday, Andy, it'll be March. All right. See you next Monday, everybody. We are out of here, Andy. We're leaping out of here.